Hi, it's Jane. I have some finished objects. I have 20 of those little baseball caps that I was making for the hospital there, the nursery. So yeah, those are done. I think I will be dropping those off this week, but I'm not sure. I do have to check with my contact at UPMC to make sure he's available or when he wants me to drop those off. So, yeah, looking forward to getting that done. And I knit a hat. This is just called Cozy Beanie, Kwik and Cozy Beanie. I believe it's Lisa's Creations of Love. I'll try to put the link down below. This is one that she makes, and I wrote down the pattern as she did it and just have followed it for years. It's great for using number 5, number 6 yarns, and that's what this is. This is that Hue IQ by Yarn Bee that we got that was it was clearanced out, and then I took from the prayer shawl to make a hat and a scarf. I did knit a scarf. Of course, it needs to be blocked, you know, because it's curling up, so I've got to block that somewhere today. But came out really nice, so that's a set that will go. And that's it for finished items for this part. I've been doing some other things for finished items that y'all just can't see yet. Just can't let you see them. That's all there is to it. Now, I did get some more acquisitions as far as crystals go and stones, polished stones. I think I told you before that I absolutely love getting spheres, glass, whatever you want to call them, you know. But, and if I've already shown you this, I can't remember if I did or not, but I'm going to show you them again if I didn't. And that is this beautiful, this one is fluorite. And of course, where I get them from, they come with the stands, so that's really nice. And I think I may have shown you these, but I can't remember. I'm telling you, this widow's brain is a real thing. It's almost worse, as bad as Alzheimer's, because you forget things, you can't remember things, short-term memory sucks, and it's a real deal. And then this one is Sunstone. And I just fell in love with these. So I did get 2 of those to go in my little collection. And one of these days, once I get up the setup completely the way that I like it, I'll show you that setup. But one of my favorite stones is malachite. And the shop that I get it from, I gotta pick it up because I dropped it. I'll be gone in a minute. I'll be back. Anyway, they had some what they call palm stones, and the reason they're palm stones is because you can hold them in your palm. And malachite, and this is the first one. Gorgeous. And here's the second one. This one's a little bit bigger. Now, this gal is on Facebook, and they do lives. It's her and her husband, Kathy and Brian, and it's K&S Crystals. So, I'm going to try to focus that. That's their information, and they are on Facebook. They do lives. They do not have a online web store as such, but many times they'll film or they'll take pictures of items through the week with numbers on them or whatever, and telling you the price. And if you see something you like, you can put down under it sold, you know, the number, that kind of thing. So yeah, I've purchased from them. I have purchased locally, you know, because there's a girl here, Tasha, that does some beautiful, she gets beautiful items in from around the world. So I like to support her. So I try to support the smaller shops rather than big ones, because, you know, it's just a nice thing to do. Now, Bonnie had asked where my clock was, because my clock was back there. That is the dragon that I had made for Thomas, the applique wall quilt, and I'm planning on putting that up there, and then the clock will be moved somewhere else, and I don't know where I'm going to put the clock. Haven't determined yet. And I have a couple other items like my Believe sign that's going to go somewhere else. But I haven't figured that part out yet. Thomas, when he had it up in the office, because the walls there in the office were sheetrock, he could basically take a thumbtack and, you know, pin them in that way. I can't do that here because I'm pretty sure these walls are partly concrete. Not exactly sure what they're made of. And besides, you don't want to put any holes in because of the landlord, you know, that kind of stuff. So I use command strips. So I'm going to use some command strips, and I'll use a tension rod because there is a sleeve on the back to hang it. So I will just hang it up that way when I get to that point. But that's where the clock is, Bonnie. It's down here somewhere, probably underneath that quilt. And I will tell you a secret. Sometimes you can look at that clock and it says 3:30. I may not be there at 3:30 in the afternoon. It may be 3:30 in the morning, because part of grieving is many times you either sleep a lot or you do what I do. I don't sleep very well. I wake up about 3 o'clock in the morning every morning, regardless of when I go to bed. Doesn't matter, which is rather annoying. However, I have people that have told me, you know, friends of mine, the psychic medium, that the reason you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m. in the morning is because that's when your loved one visits you, because the veil is the thinnest between this earth and heaven. I don't know, but, you know, there's a part of me that says, well, Thomas, if that's what you're doing coming to visit, can you wait and do it like 7 o'clock in the morning? So, you know, sometimes I get up and just start the day, and then I may take a little nap from like 7 to 9 a.m. So don't go by the clock that's always been in the back behind me. So yeah, this is a short video. I do want to tell you that I am hoping everyone will join in on making the small amigurumi for Crystal of Chronically Crocheting, so that she can fulfill that wish of hers to be a yarn fairy for the trunk or treat that they're doing with her grandchildren. I think that's a great thing. Yesterday on Scraptastic Yarns, I had posted a link to a blog that is doing like amigurumi type things every day. And yesterday's was, I believe the gal called it a 1-hour elephant. So that's what I'm going to start with this afternoon, making that. Later on this morning, going to the church to count all the items from the prayer shawl that came in last Wednesday. A lot of people think that we count it the same day. No, we don't, because we're exhausted. You know, we've been there like usually from 10 a.m. till about 2:30 in the afternoon, dealing with people, putting away everything, putting the items back in the back where we count them, those kind of things. But and sometimes we're doing other things with people that are there. Like this time I was teaching someone who has not knit in probably, I think she said 50 years. So I was reteaching her how to knit. There is a lady that has some vitamin B12 injections, and she has asked me to give her the injections, so I give her the injections. So we do that all before we leave and pack up and that kind of thing, and make sure everything's in its place. So we're exhausted, so we wait until, usually, sometimes we'll come back the next day and count, but we both had a lot of things we were doing last week, so we just didn't get to it, and so we'll count later on this afternoon. But and I'll probably later on, you know, I'll share some pictures of those how the table is piled up, so that you can see. There's quite a few items. Generally we get anywhere from 200 to 300 items every month that need to be counted, squirreled away, put away to whatever facilities that they're going to. We do for the dialysis units, we do a hand warmer, arm warmer, because when they're having the dialysis, that arm gets really cold because of the IVs and the fluid that's going through there, and a lot of people complain about the cold. So we provide them with those so that they can help keep that arm warm while they're undergoing that procedure. So, you know, we set those things aside for the dialysis people, and lots of times we'll set aside, like we've had a request for 50 Afghans from like the local Rotary Club, because they give those out around Christmas time. So we're going to set aside 50 Afghans for that kind of thing, and we get those squirreled away when we're doing our counting and that kind of stuff. And part of the reason we count is, I told you that we had received a grant from the local community group, so we need that for the documentation purposes. But the main reason that we count is because when we get to our knit and run, if someone has requested 150 Afghans and you only have 50, you kind of need to know that up front so you can let them know. That kind of thing. We do that so that we always have an idea of what's back in the storage area for the prayer shawl ministry. So if someone comes up and says, so-and-so needs, you know, 10 Afghans for the sleep project, we can go back there and pull 10 and get them out to them right away. So I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about that. The other thing is, I am going on a cruise. I am going on the hookers on the high seas. Billy did spill that information, and I had planned on going all along. But unfortunately, the person that I had talked to about that we were going to be roommates, she had to back out because of health reasons. I'm sad I'm not going to get to meet you. But that's okay. Billy is good about hooking you up with other roommates. So if you want to go on that, by all means get in touch with Billy. Call Naomi, although she's on vacation, I think this next week, because she's actually on a cruise. I hope she's having a blast, because she's really good at her job, Naomi is. So don't hesitate to talk to Naomi. Send her an email. And, you know, if you're considering going on that cruise, it's going to be a great cruise. You know, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be my first cruise ever. And unfortunately, I had wanted, since I had the one person back out, I thought maybe I could get my sister to go with me, but she has some other commitments she's already signed up for during that time, so, but that's okay. Billy found me a roommate, and I am so excited to be going with my roommate. And I'll let her tell you that when she's ready to divulge if she's going or not. But I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be an amazing time getting to meet these ladies, and some of you guys that are subscribers, if you're going, I can hardly wait. I can tell you that the meetup that Glenda had at AC Moore, I got to meet so many people that are subscribed to me and subscribed to Glenda. I met a great number of good friends through that time, so meetups are always a great thing to go to. If you ever get a chance to go to a meetup, go. It is an amazing time and you'll have a blast. I know we did. I mean, everything from Glenda's grandson and her daughter and everything being there and getting to meet everybody, it was great. And getting to meet the people from Premier Yarns was great too. So that was fun. All right. I think I've chit-chatted enough and carried on a little bit. Are you ready for a little what in Tarnation? I know I am. Peacock captured after wandering Iowa neighborhood for several days. Animal rescuers in Iowa said they have successfully captured a peacock that was on the loose for multiple days in a residential neighborhood. Residents of the Merle Hay neighborhood in Des Moines said the peacock was first spotted more than 30 feet up in a tree Wednesday in Jordan Stinger's front yard. When I first saw it, I couldn't get a very good look at it, Stinger told the Des Moines Register. You could tell it wasn't like a hawk or like another big bird. He just kind of stayed up still for a long time. He had its neck back, like resting on his body. The peacock was spotted again on Thursday, moving from the trees to rooftops 2 yards in the neighborhood. The Animal Rescue League of Iowa said the peacock was successfully captured Saturday night. Officials said the bird, named Jimmy, will hopefully be returned to his owners, although keeping peacocks as pets is not legal inside the city. Every animal is a little bit different. We've had some peacocks. We know a little bit of how to work with peacocks, but it's been fun figuring out what snacks Jimmy likes. I heard he likes cashews. Jesse Phillips with the Animal Rescue League of Iowa told KCCI-TV. Now, when I was a young girl, you know, we were all young ones, and I was in Girl Scouts. We would always go out to a Girl Scout camp in the summer for 2 weeks, and it was great. And I feel for those counselors that put up with this. But there were a couple of peacock farms around nearby. And the funny thing is, at night, they will make noises. And it literally sounds like they are yelling for help. So, whenever I hear about peacocks, I imagine that peacock up there yelling for help. Maybe he wasn't. International Cat Day was founded by Animal Welfare Group in 2002. International Cat Day, which was yesterday, celebrated annually on August the 8th, was founded in 2002 by the International Fund for Animal Welfare to celebrate feline companions and raise awareness of their needs. The holiday was created in 2002 by IFAW, International Fund for Animal Welfare, to raise awareness of felines in need around the world, as well as proper care of cats in the home. International Cat Care, a British-based non-profit dedicated to promoting the health and welfare of pet cats around the world, took over custodianship of the holiday in 2020. The organization said the theme of International Cat Day 2022 is cat-friendly resources. This year, we've teamed up with the world-renowned animal artist and illustrator Lily Chen to design educational materials to help us humans make sure we're providing cats with the essential resources they need to stay physically and mentally healthy in a cat-friendly way. Other holidays that were celebrated yesterday were Assistance Dog Day, Bullet Journal Day, Dalek Day, who knew? Happiness Happens Day, National CBD Day, National Dollar Day, National Frozen Custard Day, Oh, National Zucchini Day, Odie Day, Scottish Wildcat Day, Sneak some zucchini onto your neighbor's porch night. I've done that. Trust me, as a kid I've done that. Put it in their cars too. The Date to Create, Universal and International Infinity Day, and Wear Your Mother's Jewelry Day. Now this next story, and you really have to go see the video on Twitter because it's cute. Weather broadcast takes a turn when forecaster discovers touchscreen on live TV. As ever-changing as technology is, it can still spring up on us at rather peculiar times. Even, it seems, on live television. Greg Dutra, a meteorologist with WLS-TV, ABC 7 in Chicago, was delivering the morning forecast Thursday when he got a startling lesson in techie broadcast studio accoutrements. He good-naturedly turned an awkward little tech gaffe moment into an arousing little TV bit. Just like any other day at work, Dutra was forecasting the weather when all of a sudden he touched the digital screen displaying the weather map behind him, and it, well, moved. It was a rather serendipitous moment for the 15-year weather veteran. "Oh, I moved the map. I didn't know I could do that," Dutra said while live on the air. "This is a great day," he added, as he played with the map's features, zooming in and out. His colleague, news anchor Terrell Brown, was also on the set and was so excited that he had to test it out as well. "I gotta try it," he said. "This wasn't in the training manual," Dutra jokingly later said on Twitter about the incident, "when I discovered the TV is a touchscreen while on air." Many viewers thought it was hilarious. I did too, and couldn't get enough of it. Dutra and WLS shared the funny segment on social media, and many viewers quickly chimed in. "Too funny. Greg, this is hysterical. Hilarious," some folks commented after the TV station posted the broadcast on Facebook. "This was priceless this morning," remarked Sandy Oswald on Facebook. "A big kid with a new toy, and isn't that so? Him and Terrell are about to be fighting over it now. LOL," another one commented. Dutra's humorous clip even gained some national attention when it got picked up as Play of the Day on ABC's Good Morning America. Some viewers were just glad to know they aren't alone trying to navigate new tech. "You made some seniors really happy today. It's not just them that hasn't caught up to the new technology," Barbara Devereaux commented. And isn't that so? You know, some of the things I learn as I go with this tech stuff is rather amazing. And I was at a Bible study last night, and we were talking about, in the room we were at, it was really hot, and we needed the code, you know, to turn the air down. So the gal that was facilitating the Bible study contacted her husband, and of course her husband could change it from his cell phone where he was at. He could access it and change the temp. So he did that. But what I shared was Thomas, in January when he was in the hospital. Now the hospitals here, you know, they let you stay quite a long time, but they do run you out about, visiting hours are from 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. and many times they won't let you in before, and by 8:30 they've run you out. Sometimes they'll let you stay till 9. Well, on this one night I, got run out, so I get home, and I'll be honest, one of my favorite soap operas is Days of Our Lives. I've been watching it. I watched it with my dad as a kid, and I've watched it my entire life that I know of. So I film it, you know, record it on the DVR. So I go and I'm watching it, and all of a sudden, I'm no longer watching it, and the channel has been changed on my TV at home. I'm like, what the heck? So I go back in and pull it back up and start watching again, and again, the channel changes. And then I get this text from Thomas. I'm so sorry I changed the channel. I didn't realize I was changing it at home as well. He was in the hospital in Williamsport. I was at home in Lock Haven, which is a good 35-40 minute ride. Well, 45 if you're going to the hospital where he was at. But he could change the channel on the TV that I was watching at home from that far away. Technology. And of course, he didn't teach me that technology. I don't know how to do it yet, but I'm going to learn. Because, you know, sounds like a great idea to know what to do. Alright, our very last story. Arctic wolf on the loose after escaping enclosure in Ontario. Police in Ontario are warning members of the public to be on the lookout for a white Arctic wolf that escaped from an enclosure in the Niagara region. The Niagara Regional Police Service tweeted a warning to residents in the Port Colborne area about a wolf that escaped its enclosure in the area of Main Street West in Port Colborne. Police said in a news release that the wolf had been rescued from a northern area of Ontario. Police spokesman said the wolf is a female named Boo. The spokesman warned residents to keep a safe distance away from the animal if it is encountered on the loose. Pressuring the wolf could also cause it to run, making its capture more difficult. NRPS spokesman Phil Gavin told Global News. So if you folks are in that area, I don't know if anybody watches, keep an eye out for the wolf. Notify your people. Don't try to gather the wolf yourself or whatever. Although, you know, pictures would be great. Just saying. Alright, it's time for a little bit of a devotional, and then we'll be done. Sure foundation. In that day, he will be your sure foundation, providing a rich store of salvation, wisdom, and knowledge. The fear of the Lord will be your treasure. Isaiah 33:6. Think back to a time when you were filled with fear. What caused you to feel unsafe? Whether from physical danger or emotional insecurity, you need never allow fear to take hold of you again. Fear of the Lord, reverence for all He is and all He's done, replaces all fear. Once you have been saved by God's grace, and it is grace, once you know Him and understand the foundation on which you stand, no power on earth can shake you. You are safe. You are His. What do you think of when you consider God your sure foundation? And every religion has some kind of foundation. That's it for today. I'll see you guys again soon. Be kind to one another, love one another, love yourself, and as always, get out there and see this big, beautiful world we live in and enjoy it because it's there for us to marvel at. Bye.